taking a live look at the roads right now on this very foggy Monday morning, as parts of the inland Northwest are under a dense fog advisory this morning. So make sure that you're using your low beam headlights this morning just to make sure that other cars can see you on the road and so that you can see around you, because take a look at this. Visibility is incredibly low right now. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis.
Hey there, friends. Glad to have you here with us. I'm Tim Pham. So there is a lot of fog, which means your commute could be a little bit tricky this morning. So we do have team coverage for you. KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez joining us in the Storm Tracker, giving us a look at road conditions and tips for driving in the fog.
That's right. But before we get to Nicole, let's head right outside to meteorologist Jeremy Legoo in the Outdoor Weather Center. So Jeremy, how long can we expect to see this fog this morning?
Oh, forever. No, it kind of comes and goes as the morning moves on. But here on the South Hill, as the sun starts to slowly come, keep in mind we're still half an hour away from sunrise, but as the sun starts to come up, I can now see off in the distance that rime ice is coating the trees. It's going to be exceptionally beautiful if you find a place where some of that thick fog was. Downtown, not so much the case, but out in Airway Heights and off to the north, definitely the case, with temperatures hovering in the 20s. It's not just fog, it is freezing fog as well. That's not just the case here, but over in Coeur d'Alene. As you make your way up towards Sandpoint, you do get in the clear. Moses Lake at 29, Wenatchee at 26. You've got fog in Snoqualmie, up and over Lookout as you head off to the north, but really a bulk of that activity is here in the inland Northwest. Eastern Washington, southeastern Washington, northeastern Washington, and Coeur d'Alene. And it's going to kind of move around as we get into the morning. Now, places where you don't have the thick fog or clouds, you'll see more of that develop. But we have clouds kind of overrunning some of the fog right now. So for now, just think of it this way. Dense fog kind of moves around through about the middle part of the day. That's why we have the advisory in place. But here comes some cloud cover, and that cloud cover, believe it or not, is what's actually going to lead to us clearing out later today. So it moves in, it helps sweep the atmosphere clean this afternoon, and by late this afternoon or this evening, you'll wind up seeing sun shining through. So enjoy it while you can, because it's rather foggy for the remainder of the day. And out driving around and giving us the latest on that fog is Nicole Hernandez. And Nicole, you found some fog, you found some breaks. Where are you now and what are you seeing?
Jeremy, right now we made our way ourselves up to North Spokane, so I want to give you a look at what the roads look like up here. Definitely way more foggy up here in North Spokane than we saw in downtown Spokane. So we, of course, are driving south right now on Division Street, and you can see, particularly looking, a little bit further towards those headlights that are coming at us, that you can see the visibility is not 100% right now. So I want to try to give you a left viewpoint there, just so you can kind of see out over some of those buildings, just kind of see how far that fog extends this morning. So you're going to want to give yourself extra time if you're getting up and out of the house, because of course, even if you're waking up in a spot that doesn't have fog, there's a good chance you're going to encounter it some point along your way, wherever you're headed this morning to work or school or anything like that. So just give yourself that time to go slow this morning. Give yourself room between you and other cars. Another thing that you want to be careful of this morning, we're having the moisture from the fog as well as our below freezing temperatures, so you're going to want to be extra careful of slick roads. There's been a few spots that we've kind of slipped and slid just a little bit because of those slick spots on the road. So just be careful this morning. Give yourself that time, and if you do find yourself in a spot with those with the fog a little bit extra dense, do not use your high beams. The rule of thumb there is keep those low beams on, because those high beams will end up giving that pushback and reflection more into your eyes, making your visibility even worse. So make sure you stay calm, go slow, and use your low beams if you hit those patches of fog this morning. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
A reminder for parents and guardians with students in Spokane Public Schools: there's no classes today. The school district canceled classes due to ongoing staffing shortages. There will also be no morning or afternoon childcare. Athletics and extracurricular activities scheduled today will also be adjusted.
7:05 now, time for your morning rush. More news in less time. Happening today, the Freeman community will get to share their victim impact statements in court. The Freeman school shooter, Caleb Sharp, pleaded guilty to murder earlier this month. The Spokane County Judge, Michael Price, and attorneys tentatively plan to spend 2 weeks hearing statements. Spokane County prosecutors expect 150 people will share their statements in person or over Zoom. Well, Spokane County detectives are investigating the death of a woman near Deer Park. Her husband claims she committed suicide, but first responders found her alive and breathing. Now, the woman died hours later at the hospital, but deputies arrested the husband for second-degree murder charges. The man suspected of killing a woman in North Spokane in May of last year will appear in court again. Richard Huff will appear before a judge for his readiness trial. Now, the suspect claims he shot the woman in self-defense as he thought she was reaching for a knife. However, Spokane police did not find a weapon on her or at the scene of the shooting. The Department of Corrections confirms there is a COVID outbreak at the Airway Heights Correctional Center. Inmates are no longer participating in various programs and even recreational time. In the latest update, 294 new cases were reported in the last 30 days. As cases rise, family members of inmates say they're concerned about what's happening at the facility.
So I heard his voice last night and he sounded ragged, he sounded tired, and he sounded just rough. He sounded more rough than he did when he had COVID, because he actually got sick last year when they got it the first time, and it almost killed him.
Over the course of the pandemic, 4 inmates died at the facility and nearly 2,000 cases have been confirmed. Spokane County is warning about the potential of potholes as the inland Northwest continues to thaw and freeze. So crews in all 4 road districts will apply sand and de-icer to trouble spots while making progress on other road maintenance projects. Starting this week, crews will work on patching the potholes that have developed. So if you see a pothole, you can report it by calling the pothole hotline number at the bottom of your screen. It's right there at the bottom, 509-477-2457. That's your morning rush.
Now to what's trending. One of Gonzaga's top dogs is being kicked out of the kennel.
So former Gonzaga point guard and NBA legend John Stockton is currently not allowed to attend games at his alma mater after refusing to wear a mask. His son David confirmed the situation with KREM 2 last night. Now, our sports department last saw Stockton in the kennel at the BYU game on January 13th, where he was not wearing a mask. And it's been well documented all season long that Stockton was not wearing his mask while at the kennel.
Several fans complained to Gonzaga Athletic Director Chris Standiford about Stockton's lack of a mask. And another fan noticed Stockton is often seen maskless at games on TV.
So earlier this month, Gonzaga Athletics told KREM 2 in a statement that they were increasing safety measures. They said, quote, Gonzaga University is temporarily suspending food and beverage service at all ticketed athletic events effective immediately, end quote.
Gonzaga has a policy at home games that fans either need to show a vaccine card or show a negative test within 72 hours to get in, and all fans must wear masks while at games. They also became more proactive about enforcing the mask mandate.
So Stockton has been publicly outspoken about his anti-vaccine views in the past. On the Did Not Play Coach's Decision podcast, Stockton said he would not get vaccinated and that he is against vaccine mandates. Stockton has also made an appearance in an anti-vax documentary in June of last year.
So this morning, this leads to our question of the morning. We want to know, did Gonzaga make the right decision in not allowing John Stockton to attend Gonzaga games at the kennel? You can vote right now in our Twitter poll. You can head on over to Up with Tim or text us at the number 509-448-2000 and let us know why. Right now, 81% of people saying yes. Meanwhile, just over 18% say no.